Chapter 1: The Boy Made of Fire. Aaron Vale arrived at Aurelia Academy with the kind of silence that made people step back without thinking. He walked through the iron gates like he owned nothing and owed nothing. His uniform collar was neat, his expression carved from frost, and his eyes carried the glow of someone who had survived a fire that should have killed him. Whispers rippled behind him. That is him, the Fire One. He is the only pyrokinetic in the country, right? I heard he burned his whole town. Aaron kept moving, shoulders straight, gaze fixed ahead. He ignored every stare. If anyone came too close, he shifted just enough for them to feel unwelcome. The truth was simple. He did not want them near him. He did not want anyone trying to be kind. Kindness only hurt later. A teacher met him in the front hall. She held his file like it might explode. Aaron Vale, you will train in the elemental wing. You are to refrain from using your ability unless instructed. He took the schedule from her hand without a word. Her relief was visible, which only annoyed him more. Everyone looked at him like he was a problem they were forced to accept. Training that afternoon proved it. The instructors watched him from a distance as he tried to call his fire without letting it swallow him. Flames crawled along his arms in thin lines. Sparks jumped from his palms. Every time his power slipped, someone shouted at him to stop. By the time they dismissed him, his body felt like it was cracking from the inside. He went straight to the infirmary, hoping no one would be there. He did not want the attention, the pity, the endless hovering that always followed flames. The nurse spotted him anyway. Back again? Already? He grunted, which was the closest he ever got to an answer. You can lie down, I will get salve, she said. He waited until she turned. Then he slipped off the cot and walked out the side door. He did not want her help. She could not fix the burns under his skin. No one could. Halfway down the corridor, the pain hit harder. A deep, sharp pull like his ribs had caught fire again. He pressed a hand to his side and leaned against the wall. A soft voice broke the quiet. Are you hurt? Aaron stiffened. A boy stood at the end of the hall, carrying a worn satchel and wearing the pale blue healer uniform. His hair was messy, his eyes warm, and his whole presence felt like sunlight through open windows. The opposite of Aaron in every possible way. I am fine, Aaron said. His tone was sharp enough to cut. The boy smiled. You do not look fine. I said I am fine. I am Luca Hart, and I am the only healer here. So I can tell when someone is hurting, he said, stepping closer. Aaron's jaw tightened. Stay away. Luca ignored that completely and crouched beside him. Your ability burns inward, right? Fire can scorch muscle and nerves even when skin looks normal. Aaron shot him a glare. You know nothing about my ability. Maybe not, but I can sense pain when I see it, Luca said, still cheerful. He raised a hand, not touching yet, waiting for Aaron to shove him away. No one had ever done that. No one waited. No one asked. I am going to help you. Please let me, Luca said gently. Aaron should have said no. He should have pushed him off. He should have stood and walked away like he always did. But the pain in his ribs twisted again, sharp enough to steal his breath, and Luca's presence was steady, warm in a way that settled rather than smothered. Fine, if it gets you to stop talking, Aaron muttered. Luca grinned. Deal. His hand hovered above Aaron's ribs. Light flowed from his palm, soft and cool. It seeped through skin, muscle, bone. The fire inside Aaron eased for the first time all day. His breathing slowed. His shoulders dropped. Luca winced at the strain but did not stop. Aaron felt the burn fade, replaced by a quiet warmth he did not know how to handle. Luca finally pulled back and sat beside him on the floor, out of breath but smiling. You push yourself too hard, he said. That your official healer diagnosis? Aaron said dryly. Yes, and my unofficial one is that you need someone to check on you, Luca said. Aaron turned away. I do not need anyone. That is fine. I can still look out for you, Luca said softly. Aaron shot him a sharp look. Luca only smiled again, as if nothing Aaron said could push him away. The worst part was that it did not annoy Aaron as much as it should have. "Thank you," Aaron said before he could stop himself. Luca blinked, surprised. Then his smile softened. "You are welcome. Anytime." He stood, offered Aaron his hand, waited. Aaron stared at it. Then, against every instinct, took it. Their hands fit strangely well. "Good night, Aaron," Luca said. Aaron cleared his throat. "Night." Luca walked off, bright even in the dim hallway. Aaron watched him go, confused by the lightness spreading through his chest. He pressed a hand to his ribs where the worst of the burn had been. For the first time in months, the fire inside him felt quiet. And he hated how much that had to do with one smiling, impossible boy. The next week at Aurelia Academy settled into a rhythm that Aaron pretended was normal. He woke early, trained until his vision blurred, then returned to his room and acted like he was fine. Everyone believed it. Everyone except Luca. Luca watched him too closely. He always had that open, hopeful smile, but his eyes were sharper than people realized. He caught every wince Aaron tried to hide, every stiff movement after drills, every quiet breath that sounded too much like pain. One afternoon, Lucas stopped him outside the dining hall. "You are hurting again, right?" Lucas said. Aaron did not slow. "I am always hurting. That is not normal." "It is for me." Luca followed him undeterred. "You know you can ask for help. I told you last time. I do not need it. I know you do not want it, but that is not the same," Luca said. Aaron shot him a glare that should have shut him up. Luca only smiled brighter. Every part of Luca felt like sunlight on snow, soft and warm and stubborn in ways Aaron had no idea how to handle. So Aaron stopped talking to him. Or he tried to. He ate alone, trained alone, walked through the halls with a cold stare that kept every student at a distance. But Luca still found him. A wave between classes, a soft greeting in the courtyard, a ridiculous habit of leaving extra food on Aaron's table with a note that read, "You never eat enough." Aaron threw the notes away, but he ate the food. He hated that Luca noticed that too. At night, the pain got worse. The fire inside him crackled against muscle and bone, tearing him open from the inside. He curled under his sheets and grit his teeth, holding in the sound. If anyone heard, they would call instructors, and the instructors would run more tests, and everything would spiral. So he stayed silent. One night, the burns grew sharp enough to wake him with a gasp. He pressed a hand to his ribs and tried to breathe. Sweat dripped down his temple. His vision swam. That was when Luca slipped into the room. Aaron did not hear him until the boy knelt beside the bed. Luca wore his night robe, hair a soft mess, eyes worried enough to break something inside Aaron if he looked too long. "You are in pain again," Luca whispered. Aaron tried to sit up. "Get out." "No." "Luca." "No, I can help," Luca repeated, voice somehow gentle and firm at once. Aaron turned away. "You should not be here." Luca placed a hand near his shoulder, not touching yet. "I know, but I could not sleep. I kept feeling it." Aaron frowned. "Feeling what?" Your pain," Luca said. Aaron stared at him, stunned. Luca flushed a little but pushed on. "I know it sounds strange, but when someone is hurting, I sense it. And you are loud." Luca hesitated. Aaron looked away, jaw tight. "You do not understand. My fire burns inward. It eats at me. Healing it does nothing." "That is not true, it helped last time," Luca said. Aaron forced his voice cold. "You should not waste your energy on me. I am not worth it." Luca did not even blink. "You are." That one simple answer knocked the breath from Aaron's lungs. Before he could reply, Luca reached out and let his healing light flow over Aaron's ribs. Aaron's body relaxed against his will. The fire inside dimmed. The pain softened. He drifted into sleep without meaning to. Luca watched him, worry tightening his chest. He placed a hand on Aaron's arm to steady himself. Healing someone like Aaron was different. Heavy. Costly. Each time, it felt like a piece of his own life melted away. But he refused to stop. "You deserve to breathe without hurting," Luca whispered. He brushed a strand of hair from Aaron's forehead, then slipped out of the room. The nightly healings continued. Aaron never woke up during them. Luca made sure of it. He slipped in quietly, worked quickly, and left before dawn. Some nights he staggered out, exhausted enough that he pressed a hand to the wall to stay upright. Other nights he left with a soft smile after watching Aaron's face relax. Each morning, Aaron felt something he could not explain. Lightness, strength. The fire settled deeper, steadier. He hated not understanding why. That confusion turned to suspicion one morning when he caught a faint scent of mint and healing salve on his sheets. He froze. Luca always smelled faintly of mint. Aaron clenched his fists. Luca Hart, if you were doing something stupid. But when he saw Luca later that day, Luca only smiled at him with that bright, warm light that made Aaron feel unsteady in ways he hated. Rumors spread across the academy faster than wildfire. Division X is watching him. They know he is the only pyrokinetic in the country. They are going to recruit him. They say he could level a city. Aaron heard every whisper. He ignored them, but the tension crawled under his skin. Division X meant danger, control, threats. They did not watch someone unless they wanted to use them, and anyone close to that person became leverage. His eyes slid to Luca across the courtyard. Luca sat on a bench, laughing with another student, bright as morning. Aaron felt something cold twist inside him. Luca was the only healer in the academy. If Division X wanted a bargaining chip, Luca was perfect. The thought made Aaron stand so fast his chair scraped tile. A few students flinched, thinking he was about to ignite. He ignored them. Since that moment, he watched Luca from a distance. He made sure Luca never walked back to the dorms alone. He even walked the perimeter of the infirmary late at night, just to be sure no stranger slipped inside. Luca noticed none of it. He only noticed when Aaron looked tired, or hurt, or annoyed, and every time Luca smiled. "You do not have to look after me," Luca said one afternoon. Aaron glared at him. "I am not." Luca laughed. "You kind of are." Aaron turned away without answering. But he did not stop. He could not. Because somewhere between Luca's soft smiles and reckless kindness, Aaron had made a silent promise. No one would touch Luca. Not Division X. Not anyone. And if Aaron had to burn the world to keep him safe, he would. Chapter 2 Division X Moves. Aurelia Academy usually woke slowly, sunlight stretching across the training fields, students drifting into morning drills with half-open eyes. But today the air felt sharp, heavy. The teachers stood straighter. The upperclassmen whispered like something had crawled under their skin. Aaron noticed the shift the moment he stepped out of his dorm. The usual space around him widened. People kept a safer distance than normal, which said a lot considering they already avoided him like he was a walking wildfire. Luca, who was jogging across the courtyard with a stack of medical files, waved the moment he saw him. "Morning, Aaron." Aaron grunted. Luca took that as a warm greeting because Luca took everything as a warm greeting. But even Luca slowed when he felt the strange tension thick in the air. "What is going on?" he asked. Aaron did not answer. He didn't like the way the wind shifted. Something had changed and it felt wrong. He was proven right when the academy gates opened. A group of black-clad officers stepped through, silent and precise, each wearing the insignia of a coiled serpent. Students froze. Teachers bowed. Division X had arrived. Aaron's jaw clenched. He had hoped the rumors were just noise. Luca whispered, voice trembling, "Aaron, those are government agents, right? They are worse. Do not get close." Aaron kept his eyes ahead. Luca stepped behind him without arguing. For once, even his sunshine dimmed. At the center of the group walked a man who moved like shadows obeyed him. Tall, lean, hair the color of storm clouds, and eyes that looked like the edge of a grave. His gloves were black, though everyone knew they were not for fashion. Orion Graves, acting leader of Division X. Age 25. Ability: death. Anything he touched could wilt, decay, or die within seconds. He stopped when he reached Aaron, gaze landing on him with quiet interest. So, you must be the Veil boy. The crowd held its breath. Eren didn't bow, didn't speak. He just stared back, blank and cold. Something like amusement flickered across Orion's face. I see the rumors were not exaggerated. He stepped closer, voice smooth as a blade. A pyrokinetic without precedent. A boy who survived a blaze that should have reduced him to ash. And the only one in this entire academy whose power could level a battalion. Luca grabbed Eren's sleeve. Eren didn't react. Orion tilted his head. Tell me, Eren Vale, do you enjoy burning things? No, Eren said flatly. A shame. Your flames are beautiful. Orion smiled in a way that chilled the air. Eren's eyes sharpened. Every instinct screamed danger. Come with me, we have business. Orion said. Eren didn't move. No. Whispers broke out immediately. No one said no to Division X. Not unless they wanted to vanish. Orion's expression barely changed. He simply slipped off one glove. The nearest potted tree shriveled instantly. Leaves turning black. Trunk sagging into dust. Luca gasped. A few students stumbled backward. Orion watched the tree crumble. I was not asking. Eren looked at Luca, just for a moment. Luca's face was pale. His hands shook. Then Eren stepped forward. Fine. Luca grabbed his wrist. Eren, wait. Eren didn't turn. Go back to class, Luca. I do not like this. Something is wrong. Luca whispered. Just go. Luca's voice cracked. Eren. But Eren did not look back. They took him underground. The lower levels of Aurelia Academy were cold metal and dim lights, more facility than school. Eren walked between two agents, hands shoved in his pockets, expression unreadable. Orion walked ahead. We have monitored you since the Veil incident. Your fire is unstable, destructive, and potentially catastrophic. Exactly the kind of weapon this country lacks. I am not a weapon, Eren said. You are whatever we need you to be. Eren said nothing, but every muscle in his body tightened. They entered a sealed room lined with screens. Images of Eren training flashed on several of them. Flame patterns, heat signatures, graphs measuring the threat index of his ability. Orion faced him. We have missions. Small ones at first. Controlled environments. We need you to neutralize certain threats. Threats? Or people? Eren asked. Orion smiled. Same thing. I said I am not a weapon. You will be, unless you want the healer boy involved. Orion said. Eren froze. Orion lifted his glove. Luca Hart. Only known healer in this sector. Rare. Valuable. Fragile. It would be unfortunate if his ability was interrupted. Eren felt something inside him snap. His voice was a low growl. Stay away from him. Then do as you are told. Eren hated how quickly he agreed. Fine. He hated the satisfied nod Orion gave even more. The missions began that night. Covert. Silent. Hidden behind the lie of training assessments. They sent Eren to burn out mutated creatures near the border, melt corrupted machinery, sever explosive growths hidden under abandoned buildings. He did what they ordered because he had to, because every time he hesitated, Orion said one thing. Luca is safe as long as you obey. And Eren obeyed. He returned each night covered in soot, clothes torn, lungs aching. Luca always found him the next morning, bright smile ready, worry buried beneath it. You look tired, Luca said one morning. I am, Eren answered. You should rest more. You should stop worrying. That is impossible, Luca said cheerfully. Eren almost smiled. Almost. But he didn't let Luca near the truth. He let Luca think he was just tired from training. He let Luca hug him once without pulling away. He let Luca heal him once in the hallway when he staggered too much. And Luca, sunshine to the bone, never suspected what Eren was doing in the shadows. Eren watched him laugh with classmates and felt a familiar cold twist settle deeper in his chest. Luca had no idea how close danger was. And Eren had no intention of letting Orion Graves touch a single hair on him, even if it meant becoming exactly what he swore he would never be. A weapon. A monster. A boy made of fire, burning for someone who would never understand why. Chapter 3. A new transfer student. The morning Alia Finch arrived, the classroom buzzed like someone had lit a spark in a powder room. Students whispered, craning their necks toward the door. Luca leaned toward Erin with a bright smile. New student today. I hope she is nice, Luca said. Erin didn't look up from his desk. Does it matter? It might. Maybe she will sit near us, Luca said. Erin stiffened. I do not need people near me. You said that about me too, Luca whispered, poking his arm gently. Erin didn't answer. He didn't have to. Luca's grin said enough. The door opened. A girl stepped in with short dark hair, sharp eyes, and a confident smile. She wore her uniform like it didn't belong to her. Sleeves rolled, ribbon crooked, the whole thing looking better than everyone else's somehow. Her gaze swept the room like she already owned it. Class, this is Alia Finch, Ability Illusion Crafting, the instructor announced. Soft gasps spread through the room. Alia bowed lightly. Hi. Please do not freak out. I promise not to put fake spiders in your shoes. Some students laughed. Luca did too, loud and warm. Erin's stomach twisted at the sound. Luca rarely laughed like that in class. The instructor gestured to the back. Take any open seat. Alia spotted the empty desk beside Luca and headed straight for it. Luca brightened. Hi, I am Luca Hart. Luca. Cute name. Alia repeated, voice lilting. Erin's eyebrow twitched. Luca beamed. This is Erin. He nudged Erin's arm. Say hi. Erin stared straight ahead. No. Alia blinked, then burst out laughing. Wow. Direct. Luca whispered. Amused. He takes time to warm up. Erin shot Luca a look that said stop talking. Luca only smiled wider. Alia blended into the class faster than anyone expected. Her illusions were subtle and clever, able to distort light, shift sounds, or briefly blur her presence. She used them to entertain during breaks, creating floating butterflies or shimmering shapes that made students clap. Luca was enchanted. You are amazing. Your illusions feel alive, Luca said during lunch, eyes sparkling. Thanks. Your smile is kind of blinding though. Maybe that is your ability. Alia nudged him playfully. Luca laughed, flustered. It is not. I just like people. Erin stabbed his food harder than necessary. Alia glanced at him. And you, Erin Vale, the fire one. Erin didn't look up. Do not call me that. Touchy, she said with a smirk, but not unkindly. I heard you are strong. People say a lot of things. They say you melted through a training chamber wall. That was an accident? Luca cut in quickly, as if he needed to protect Erin's image. Alia's eyes sharpened. You two seem close. Luca blinked. Do we? Erin stiffened. Luca's cheeks warmed. Alia noticed both reactions. She leaned forward, chin resting on her hand. Interesting. Erin finally looked up. His gaze was cold enough to freeze steam. Alia smiled, unbothered. Relax. I am not here to steal your boyfriend. Luca choked on his drink. Erin nearly set the table on fire. He is not, Luca sputtered. Erin cut him off with a low, sharp voice. Luca, drink your water. Luca shut up instantly. Alia raised a brow. Very interesting. Over the next week, Alia and Luca became inseparable. She helped him carry medical supplies, sat with him during breaks, even leaned on his shoulder when she was bored. Luca let her because Luca let everyone close, because he was warm and friendly and didn't know how to guard himself. Erin watched from a distance, jaw tight, eyes colder than usual. Every smile Luca gave Alia felt like a spark hitting dry tinder. He wasn't sure why it bothered him. Or maybe he knew and refused to admit it. Every time Luca laughed with her, something sharp twisted in his chest. One afternoon, he found them in the courtyard. Alia was showing Luca how she bent light around her hand. The sun shimmered, turning her fingers into glowing shapes. See? It is not real, but it looks real. Alia said. That is so cool. You make everything look pretty. Luca said. Alia laughed. Pretty? Luca, You are adorable. Aaron's footstep hit the pavement harder than necessary. They both turned. Oh, Aaron. Want to join? Luca waved happily. No. Alya crossed her arms. You are really committed to being cold. Aaron ignored her and looked at Luca. You should not let people distract you so easily. Luca blinked. She is not distracting me. We are just. You have training. Aaron cut in. Luca paused. Aaron. Are you upset? No. Aaron said too fast. Alya tilted her head, studying him carefully. You know, for someone who looks like ice, you flare up pretty easily. Aaron glared. Alya smiled like she had just solved a puzzle. I get it, you are jealous, she murmured. Luca froze. Jealous? Why would he be? Aaron turned away sharply. I am leaving. He walked off without another word, heat building under his skin. Behind him, Luca stared at the ground, face pink. Alya watched them both with a quiet, knowing look. But Luca wasn't free of jealousy either. During combat class, Alya stood beside Aaron, observing him with interest as he summoned controlled streams of fire. When he moved, she murmured praise under her breath. Your form is clean and your flame output is steady. You could incinerate most people if you wanted, she said. Aaron gave no reaction. But Luca, who stood across the field watching, felt something tight coil in his stomach. Alya turned to him. Luca, did you know Aaron could burn through reinforced steel? Luca's smile faltered. Yes, I know. He is impressive, Alya added. Luca's tone came out sharper than intended. He is more than impressive. Alya raised a brow, amused. Luca flushed and looked away. Interesting, she murmured again. The misunderstanding triangle began quietly. Luca thought Aaron disliked Alya. Aaron thought Luca liked Alya too much. Alya thought both boys were hopeless. Alya cornered Aaron one evening after class. You are glaring at me again, she said casually. Move, Aaron replied. You like Luca, right? Aaron froze. His expression stayed cold, but a flicker of panic flashed in his eyes. Alya smiled softly for the first time. Relax. I am not trying to take him from you. He is not mine, Aaron snapped. Sure, and the sky is not blue, she said. Aaron ignored her and walked away, but his steps were too quick, too tense. Alya watched him go, sighing. This school is full of illusions, but the three of us might be the worst ones here, she murmured. That night, Luca knocked on Aaron's door. When Aaron opened it, Luca stood there holding a bowl of warm soup and wearing the softest smile Aaron had ever seen. I thought you might be hungry, Luca said. I am not. Then I will sit here until you are. Aaron sighed. Why are you like this? Luca laughed. Because you look lonely. Aaron looked away quickly, hiding the small crack in his mask. You do not need to worry about me, Aaron muttered. I know, but I still do, Luca whispered. And Aaron, who burned everything he touched, let him in, even though it hurt, even though he didn't understand why. Chapter 4. Cracks in their balance. Aaron returned to the academy past midnight. His steps were uneven. His sleeve was burned off. Soot covered his face like war paint. Blood dripped down his ribs in thin, silent trails. He pushed open the door to his dorm room and collapsed against the wall. His breath shook. His fire ability flickered weakly under his skin, unstable and raw. He'd taken a hit from one of Division X's neutralization targets. An ambush he should have seen coming but didn't. He slid down the wall, vision blurring. He had promised he would stay alive. For Luca. But tonight, he wasn't entirely sure he could honor it. A gentle knock broke through the haze. Aaron? Are you awake? Luca's voice, soft and warm, threaded through the dark. Aaron closed his eyes in frustration. Go away. The door opened anyway. Luca stepped in holding a small lantern, his smile fading immediately when he saw Aaron on the floor. Oh no. No. Aaron. Luca rushed to him, dropping to his knees. What happened? You are freezing and burning at the same time. That is not possible, but you are doing it. Aaron tried to push him back. Do not touch me. Luka gripped his hands firmly. Too late. I am already touching you. Luka! Eren warned, voice low. Luka didn't listen. He never did when Eren was hurt. He pressed one hand against Eren's chest. A warm glow formed beneath his palm, soft and golden. Eren sucked in a breath. Healing light. Luka's life force, draining for him again. Stop, I said stop. Eren gritted out. You are dying, so no? Luka whispered, eyes trembling. Light flared brighter. Eren's torn skin knit together. Bruises faded. Burnt tissue repaired. Luka's breath quickened as the glow intensified. Sweat slid down his temple. His shoulders shook with the effort. Eren hated it. Hated watching Luka shrink a little more every time he healed him. Hated needing him like this. Hated feeling this weak. When the light finally dimmed, Luka slumped forward, forehead landing on Eren's shoulder. Luka? Luka, answer me. Eren caught him, panic flashing across his usually frozen expression. I am fine, just tired. Luka whispered, though he sounded nothing close to fine. His eyelashes fluttered. His breathing slowed. Idiot. You are giving yourself away, Eren murmured, holding him tighter than he meant to. The door creaked open again. Alya stepped in, yawning. Luka, you forgot your... She froze. Her eyes widened. Luka unconscious in Eren's arms. The glow still fading from his palms. Eren holding him like something precious he didn't want anyone to see. Alya quietly shut the door behind her. So this is the secret. Eren's voice sharpened. Get out. Alya ignored the order and walked closer. He collapses every time, does he not? Eren didn't respond. Alya crouched down, gaze flicking over Luka's pale face. Healing is supposed to leave healers tired, not drained like this. He is burning himself. He should stop, Eren said coldly. Alya looked at him pointedly. He will not. Not when it is you. Eren's jaw clenched. His eyes shifted away, the faintest tremor in his breath giving him away. Alya's voice softened. He cares for you. Deeply. Eren looked at Luka's limp hand. He is a fool. Alya chuckled lightly. You say that, but look at your face. Eren stiffened. Shut up. Alya sat back on her heels, studying both boys. Eren. He is killing himself slowly. Eren flinched. Alya continued, whispering now. And you are letting him. Eren's eyes burned hotter than his fire ever had. What do you expect me to do? Push him away or pull him closer? But stop pretending you do not care. That lie is hurting both of you. Alya said softly. Eren's breath caught. Before he could answer, Luka stirred weakly in his arms. Eren? Luka's voice was barely above a whisper. Eren leaned closer instinctively. I am here. Luka blinked up at him, exhausted but smiling. Good. Thought you left. Alya rose quietly. I will give you 2 minutes. She slipped out, closing the door behind her. The academy noticed Luka's condition by morning. He was pale, shaky, quick to tire in class. Teachers whispered ability fatigue and told him to rest, assuming his healing practice was simply overwhelming for a first year. Luka smiled through it all. I am fine, just need sleep, he kept saying. But Eren watched. He saw the way Luka's hands trembled. The way he leaned against walls when he thought no one was looking. The way his energy dimmed little by little. Eren found him in the infirmary that evening, sitting on a cot with his knees drawn up. You look worse, Eren said bluntly. Luka laughed softly. Thank you for your kind words. Stop healing me. No. Eren's voice sharpened. You will die. Luka's smile wavered for the first time. You think I do not know that? Eren stepped closer. Then why do you keep doing it? Luka finally looked up at him, eyes glowing with something raw and bright. Because you come back hurt every time. Because you do not let anyone help you. Because you pretend you do not need me, but you do. And because I care about you, Eren. Eren stopped breathing. Luka looked down again, voice small. And maybe you care about Alya, so that is fine. I will heal you until... Alya? What about her? Eren cut in sharply. Luca fidgeted. You like her, right? No. You get tense around her. Because she talks too much. Luca blinked. Really? Really? Luca's shoulders relaxed, but confusion lingered. Then who do you like? Eren's gaze lowered. His hands curled into fists at his sides. Go to sleep, Luca. Eren, tell me. Luca insisted softly. Eren's voice dropped, quiet and cold but unsteady. It is not Alia. He turned away before Luca could see the truth in his eyes. Behind him, Luca whispered into the quiet room. Then who is it? Eren didn't answer. He couldn't, because the answer was Luca, and he wasn't ready for Luca to know that. Chapter 5: The Mission That Breaks Everything. Eren didn't get a warning. One moment he was leaving combat class. The next, 2 Division X agents stepped in front of him, dressed in dark uniforms that swallowed the light. You, with us. One ordered. Eren's jaw tensed. I have training. The agent grabbed his arm. Not anymore. A cold spike of dread shot through him. Why? Emergency threat. Orion wants you on site. Eren yanked his arm free. I am not your weapon. The agent's voice dropped. You are today, unless you want your healer friend caught in the crossfire. Eren froze. That was all it took. Moments later, he was dragged toward the transport gates. No time to warn Luca. No time to hide the truth. Luca noticed the empty seat in class first. Eren never skipped. Even when he was exhausted. Even when he was half-healed. Even when he pretended not to care about anything. Luca whispered, Where is he? The teacher shrugged it off. Vale was excused. A lie. Luca knew it instantly because Eren would never ask to be excused. By lunch, Luca was pacing outside the training hall. He didn't come back last night. I waited. I waited for hours. Alia approached him, arms crossed. You look like a disaster. Eren is gone, Luca said, voice cracking. Alia's expression sharpened. Gone as in he left? Or gone, as in Division X dragged him like they always do? Luca's eyes widened. You know, I am not blind, come on. We are finding him, Alia said, flicking his forehead gently. But the guards. She grinned. What guards? Alia reached into the air with practiced ease. Her fingers shimmered. The hallway warped. Guard patrols blurred. Their figures bending into illusions she cast like threads. Every camera blinked, unable to focus. Luca watched in awe. You can really hide us from all that? I can make the entire hallway look like a pile of laundry if necessary. Now stop looking starstruck and move, Alia said. Luca grabbed her wrist. Thank you. Alia smirked. Do not thank me yet. We have not found him. They slipped through the academy's outer gates, through a shimmering barrier Alia disguised as a broken sensor. What are you sensing? She asked softly. Luca closed his eyes. Burns. His burns. He gets those every night. Not like this. This feels wrong. Luca whispered, voice trembling. Alia squeezed his shoulder and let him lead. They reached the cliffside battlefield as the sun dipped behind the mountains. Smoke curled through broken trees. The earth was blackened, cratered. The air stung of scorched stone. Luca felt it before he saw it. A faint flicker of life, weak and fading. Eren! Luca breathed, racing forward. Alia followed fast, illusions sliding around them like armor. They spotted him collapsed against a jagged boulder. His skin was cracked with searing burns. His shirt was torn, soaked in blood. His breathing sounded like gravel scraping through his throat. Luca fell to his knees beside him. Eren! Eren! Look at me! Eren's eyes cracked open at the familiar voice. They were dull, unfocused. Luca! Why are you here? You idiot? Luca whispered, cupping Eren's cheek with shaking hands. You left. You got hurt. You did not come back. Eren tried to sit up. Pain shot through him. His body shuddered. I told you not to follow. Alia scanned the surroundings quickly. Division X could come back any second. Luca, we need to move. I cannot move him like this. I have to heal him first, Luca said. Eren gripped Luca's wrist weakly. No. Luca. Stop. Luca's eyes shined, warm and stubborn. I am not watching you die. Alia looked at Eren, then Luca, then the burns. Luca. This is bad. I know. Then Luca placed both hands on Eren's chest. His healing light burst out fast and bright. Brighter than it had ever been. So bright Alia had to shield her eyes. Eren gasped, arching up as fire and light collided beneath his skin. Luca forced every breath into the healing, pouring everything he was into restoring the broken pieces. His heart hammered. His lungs burned. His body shook violently. Luca, stop. Stop or you will. Alia said, voice slipping into fear. I know, but he will not survive if I stop now. Luca said through gritted teeth. Eren tried to shove him back. Luca, enough. Enough. No, you always come back hurt. You never let anyone save you. Let me save you. Luca said, tears spilling. The glow intensified. Eren cried out, muscles seizing as the pain vanished too fast for his body to understand. His injuries healed in seconds. His burns disappeared. His blood loss reversed. Then Luca collapsed. The light vanished. Alia lunged, catching him before he hit the ground. Luca! Eren dragged himself forward, still shaky. He reached for Luca's hand with trembling fingers. Luca! Luca! Wake up! Luca's eyes fluttered weakly. He smiled the smallest smile. You are okay. His voice faded. His body went limp. Alia's heart dropped. He pushed too far. I felt it. Something in him snapped. Eren's expression cracked open. Raw panic. Fear he never let anyone see. Luca, why would you do this? He whispered. Alia looked at Eren sharply. And for the first time she truly understood. Not rumors. Not guesses. Truth. Luca wasn't healing Eren because he was kind. He was healing him because he loved him. And Eren was breaking because of it. Alia stood, lifting Luca into her arms. We need to get him back. Now. Eren rose beside her, still unsteady, still shaken. Eyes locked on Luca's pale face like it was the only thing anchoring him to the world. Let's go, Alia said. Together, the three of them moved toward the academy. Broken, changed, and no longer able to pretend nothing was happening. Chapter 6 Secret Spill. Eren woke in the infirmary with a sharp inhale. Sterile light, faint herbs, linen sheets, and the sound of someone breathing too softly beside him. He turned. Luca sat in a chair, slumped forward, dark circles under his eyes. Fingers still wrapped around Eren's wrist like he'd refused to let go all night. Alia slept on the other side, arms crossed, head tilted back in exhaustion. Eren stared at Luca's face. How pale he was, how drained, how breakable. A tight pain twisted in Eren's chest. He almost died. The memory hit like a blade. Luca collapsing, his body going limp, his smile fading. Because of him. Again. Eren slid his hand out from Luca's grasp and stood, ignoring the aching stiffness left over from the mission. The room spun for a moment, but he steadied himself against the wall. The movement woke Luca. Eren? You are awake. Thank goodness. Luca's voice was sleepy, soft and warm as always. He tried to stand, but his legs shook. Eren caught him reflexively. Luca laughed weakly. Guess I pushed too far again. Eren's grip tightened. You nearly died. Luca froze. Eren's voice dropped to a dangerous calm. You nearly died. Healing me. Luca tried to smile. Hey, I am fine now. You look better too. You think I care about that? Eren snapped. Alia stirred awake at his tone. Luca's expression crumpled. Confused. Eren, I was helping you. You were killing yourself. I knew the risk. Eren's eyes darkened. And you still did it? Yes. Luca's voice was louder now. Eren leaned in, anger and fear mixing into something sharp. Do not do that again. Ever. Luca's jaw tightened. You do not get to tell me that. I just did. Luca stepped back, chest rising and falling. You want me to stop healing you? Fine. Then stop coming back half dead. Eren stiffened. Alia's eyes widened. Luca. No, I am tired, Eren. I am so tired of watching you walk back from Division X bloody and burned and pretending you don't feel anything. Luca said, voice breaking. Eren's glare faltered. Luca took another breath, shaky. Why do you risk your life for them? Why do you go every time they call? Eren looked away. It does not matter. It matters to me. Silence. Heavy and hot. Then Luca's voice rose again. Unexpected and sharp as broken glass. Just say it. Say you would rather die for them than stay alive for yourself. Eren bristled. I am protecting you. The room froze. Alya straightened, eyebrows shooting up. Luca blinked rapidly. What? Eren clenched his fists. They threatened you. They said if I refused missions, they would go after you. So I did what I had to. Luca grabbed Eren's shirt, pulling him forward. You think that excuses it? You think I want you to bleed yourself out to keep me safe? I do not care what you want. I am not letting them touch you. Eren said, voice low but trembling. Luca's breath caught. Then his voice cracked. But you let me touch death every time I heal you. Eren froze. Luca's eyes brimmed with pain. You think I am sunshine, that I will always smile and heal and forgive. But I am not unbreakable, Eren. You are shattering me every time you choose them over yourself. Eren stared, stunned, like he had never considered this. Alya finally stepped between them, placing a hand on each of their chests. Enough! Both boys fell silent. Alya sighed, rubbing her temples. You two are exhausting. Eren glared. Alya! No. You listen. You love too hard, Luca. You burn yourself for him like it costs nothing. She looked at Luca first. Luca swallowed but didn't deny it. Then Alya turned to Eren. And you pretend you feel nothing to protect everything. Eren stiffened. Alya tapped his forehead lightly. That does not work. It never worked. Luca is hurting. You are hurting. And both of you are too stubborn to admit why. Luca looked down. Eren looked away. Alya let out a small laugh. And the part that annoys me the most? The jealousy over me. Luca blinked. What jealousy? Eren's eyes narrowed. I was not jealous. Alya raised an eyebrow. You glared every time I talked to Luca. Eren scowled. You talk too much. And you got all pouty whenever I complimented Eren, she said, pointing at Luca. Luca flushed. I did not pout. Alya crossed her arms. You absolutely pouted. Luca hid his face in his hands. Oh no! Alya sighed, voice softening. None of it made sense. Because it was never about me. The room went quiet. Alya stepped aside, giving them a direct line of sight to each other. Face it, you are scared for each other. You are hurting for each other. And you are lying to yourselves, she said gently. Luca looked at Eren, eyes wide and uncertain. Eren looked back, cold mask cracking, fear and longing flickering underneath. They stood there in silence. One boy who burned. One boy who healed. Both of them terrified of losing the other. Alya smiled faintly. Now figure out what you actually want before one of you dies trying to protect the other. She walked toward the door and paused. And stop dragging me into your romance. I am busy enough. With that, she left. The door clicked shut behind her. Eren and Luca remained in the stillness, breaths uneven, hearts louder than words. But for the first time, nothing between them was hidden. Chapter 7, Confessions in the Dark. The infirmary lights dimmed once night settled. Alya was gone. The nurses were gone. The world felt small around them. Eren stood by the window, arms crossed, back tense. Luca sat on the edge of the cot, fingers twisting the blanket, stealing glances at him with eyes too soft for someone who had almost died hours ago. Silence stretched between them, thick and unsteady. Luca finally whispered, You do not have to stand all the way over there. Eren didn't turn. I do. Luca's smile faltered. Because you are angry? Because I do not trust myself not to say something stupid. Luca blinked at that. Then say something stupid. I am used to it. Eren exhaled sharply. Luca. Luca waited. The air shifted. Eren's cold mask slipped just enough for pain to leak through. They would have taken you, Division X. They said if I refused missions, you would be their replacement. Eren said quietly. Luka froze. What? Eren's jaw tightened. You want to know why I listen to them? Why I go on missions I should not return from? He turned then, eyes unreadable but shaking. It is because they dangled you over my head. And I believed them. Luka's breath caught. Eren. I joined them. Because it meant they kept their hands off you. Eren continued, voice low. Luka stood and took a hesitant step forward. You did that, for me? Eren looked away. Do not make a big deal out of it. How can I not? Eren, that is not something small. That is everything. Luka whispered, approaching until they were a foot apart. Eren swallowed, throat tight. I did not do it for praise. I did not say you did. Luka reached out, touching Eren's sleeve with trembling fingers. You should have told me. And what would you have done? Tried to save me? Tried to fight them? You can barely stand after healing me. Eren shot back. Luka flinched, but he didn't pull his hand away. I would have stood with you. Eren stepped back. Do not say things you cannot follow through. Luka's voice cracked. I can. I would. Silence again, but it felt hotter now. Luka breathed out slowly. Eren, I heal you because the thought of waking up and you not being there terrifies me. Eren's eyes snapped to him. I know it hurts me, Luka admitted, shoulders shaking. I know I might die doing it, and I still do it. I do it because you matter more than anything else I have. Eren stared, stunned, helpless. Luka didn't look away. If healing you takes pieces of my life, then fine. They're yours anyway. Eren moved before he thought, grabbing Luka's shoulders. Stop saying that. It's true. It should not be. Luka gave a soft laugh, eyes shining. Eren, I have already chosen you. Eren's grip tightened. Then choose to live. Luka's smile trembled, warm and heartbreaking. Only if you live too. Something inside Eren finally snapped. Not violently, softly, quietly, like ice cracking under the first touch of spring warmth. He pulled Luka into his chest. Luka gasped, breath hitching as he clutched Eren back. Eren whispered into his hair, voice breaking for the first time since arriving at the academy. I cannot lose you. I cannot. I joined Division X for you. I fight for you. I endure everything for you. But I cannot endure losing you. Luka tightened his hold. Then let me stay, and stop pushing me away. Eren shut his eyes and rested his forehead against Luka's. I do not know how to do this. Any of it. Luka smiled softly through his tears. Then we figure it out together. Their breaths mingled. Their hands clung harder. The silence around them softened instead of tightening. Eren brushed Luka's cheek, hesitant, like he wasn't sure he deserved to touch him. Luka leaned into it instantly. Eren, Luka whispered. Do not look at me like that, Eren murmured. Like what? Like I am worth saving. Luka cupped Eren's face gently. You are worth loving. Eren's breath caught. Luka's heartbeat stuttered. Then, slowly, Eren leaned forward. Their lips met in a soft, trembling kiss. Not hungry, not rushed. Just a moment of truth they had both been circling for too long. Luka's hand slid to the back of Eren's neck. Eren's fingers curled around Luka's waist as if anchoring himself to life. When they pulled apart, Luka was blushing, eyes bright. So, that happened. Eren let out a tiny huff. Something almost like a laugh. Do not make it weird. Too late. I like you. Luka smiled, leaning his forehead against Eren's again. Eren looked away, cheeks faintly red. I know. And you like me, Luka added boldly. Eren's breath hitched. Do not push your luck. Luka beamed. You do. Eren sighed, defeated. Fine. Yes. I like you. Luka leaned closer. Good. Because I am not going anywhere. Eren held him tighter. You better not. And in the quiet glow of the infirmary, for the first time, neither of them ran. Chapter 8: The Escape Plan. Alya shut the door behind her with a snap, her illusions fading as shimmering dust. Okay, we have a problem. A big one, she whispered, eyes sharp. Aaron straightened instantly. Luca sat beside him on the infirmary cot, still holding Aaron's hand like he wasn't aware of it. Aaron didn't pull away. Alia crossed her arms. Division X is making their move. They want you, Aaron. Not temporarily. Permanently. Aaron's jaw tightened. I suspected. No, you didn't hear the rest. If you refuse, they take Luca. Experimentally. Alia said, stepping closer. Luca stiffened. Experimentally. Alia nodded grimly. Their words, not mine. Aaron's aura changed. Quiet fire rolling under his skin. Dangerous. Restrained only by habit. His voice came out cold enough to frost the air. I will burn the building before they touch him. Luca placed a hand on Aaron's arm, gentle but insistent. Aaron, calm down. I am calm. I am simply stating facts. Aaron said flatly, even though his eyes burned molten gold. Alia raised a brow. Well, fortunately for all of us, we're not letting anyone get taken. Which brings us to option 2. Luca blinked. There are options? Barely, but yes, Alia said. She unrolled a crumpled map of Aurelia Academy that shimmered faintly. Proof it was stolen, not printed. She tapped a hallway. Division X is increasing guards around the lower wing. They're preparing to transfer Aaron into their custody. Aaron's voice was quiet. When? 3 days, maybe less, she said. Luca grabbed Aaron's hand tighter. We are not letting that happen. Alia smirked. Glad you're on board, sunshine. Luca flushed. Don't call me that. Aaron stared at the map. What is the plan? Alia looked at him dead on. We escape. Aaron paused. You mean, leave the academy? Unless you want Luca dissected, she said. Luca swallowed hard. Alia. She gave him a soft look. Luca. I don't want anything to happen to you either. Aaron clenched his fists. We run. That's it. No, we run smart. Alia corrected. She flicked her fingers, and an illusion rose. A 3-dimensional map of the academy glowing like a tiny city. Aaron frowned. When did you make this? Alia winked. I've been preparing. Just in case you two decided to be dumb and heroic. Luca blinked. We are not dumb. You healed him until you nearly died, she countered. Luca shrunk. Okay. Maybe a little dumb. Aaron glared. Do not insult him. Alia held up her hands. Relax, Firestorm. It's affectionate mocking, not cruel. Aaron grunted. She pointed at the illusion. There's a weak spot in the surveillance grid. Sector 3's cameras loop every 12 seconds because some genius installed them backward. Luca gasped. Really? Oh yeah, government budget cuts. Bless them. Alia said, proud. That is lucky, Luca said. Aaron shook his head. Luck is unreliable. Alia smirked. Good thing I'm not. She snapped, and the illusion shifted, showing a route leading to the forest. I can blind the guard's perception long enough for us to slip out. But once we're past the perimeter, Division X will chase us. Her voice grew serious. Luca squeezed Aaron's hand. We'll handle it. That is not a realistic statement, Aaron murmured. Luca smiled up at him, unwavering. Then we'll make it realistic. For a moment, they simply looked at each other. The cold fire and the sunshine glow, and Alia sighed dramatically. You two are unbelievable. Aaron ignored her. If we escape, Luca cannot use his ability. Not unless absolutely necessary. Luca frowned. Aaron. No, you already lost too much for me. Aaron said sharply. Luca's brows knit. And you lost too much for me. Alia raised a hand. Okay, before you two start round 2 of your emotional duel, Aaron's right, Luca. You can't keep shredding your lifespan like confetti. Luca's shoulders slumped. Fine. Aaron placed his hand on Luca's cheek. You stay alive. That is non-negotiable. Luca leaned into the touch. Only if you do too. Alia cleared her throat loudly. Hello? Romantic idiots? Focus. They jolted apart. Alia rolled her eyes. She gestured to the illusion again. We escape tomorrow night. I'll create decoys, Illusions of you sleeping in your dorms. Division X won't know you're gone until morning. Eren nodded slowly. And after we leave? Alia crossed her arms. After we leave, you two keep each other alive. Luca smiled lightly. We will. Eren turned toward him, voice quiet but firm. I vowed something tonight, Luca. Luca blinked. What? I will never let you sacrifice yourself for me again. If someone has to burn, it will be me, Eren said. Luca's eyes softened painfully. Eren. Alia stepped in before the atmosphere melted again. And I'll be the strategist. Someone has to keep you two from accidentally blowing yourselves up with emotions. Eren glared. You could be less dramatic. No, Alia said confidently. Eren sighed. Luca giggled. For the first time, despite the danger surrounding them, something like hope filled the small infirmary room. They weren't just planning an escape. They were choosing each other. They were choosing freedom. And they were choosing to face the world together. Chapter 9: The Great Breakout. Night fell over Aurelia Academy like ink spilling over stone. The halls were quiet, but the quiet felt wrong, stretched too thin, as if the building itself were holding its breath. Alia pressed her hands together, threads of illusion weaving between her fingers like shimmering string. Okay, she whispered. Decoy illusions are ready. Eren stood by the infirmary door, cloak pulled tight, flames dim under his skin. Luca hovered beside him, bright-eyed but shaking. Alia flicked her wrist. A second Eren appeared behind her. Cold expression, asleep on his dorm bed. Another illusion shimmered into view. A peaceful Luca tucked under his blankets, hugging his pillow. Luca blinked. My pillow isn't that fluffy. You're welcome. I improved your life, Alia said. Eren inspected the illusions closely, arms crossed. Convincing enough. Of course it is. You think I'd let my best work be anything less? Alia raised her chin. Luca smiled. You're amazing. Alia grinned. Finally, recognition. They slipped into the hallway. Alia led, cloaking their footsteps with faint distortions. Guards wandered past them twice, never noticing. Luca kept reaching for Eren, fingers brushing his sleeve or hand without meaning to. Each time, Eren didn't pull away. Not tonight. When they reached the central tower, Alia motioned them to halt. Guards ahead. I'll handle it, she whispered. She snapped her fingers. Illusion fog spread down the corridor. 2 guards approached, confused. Did you see something move? Sector 4. Turn left. Investigate now. Alia whispered under her breath, weaving the lie right into their minds. Both guards stiffened, then bolted toward the wrong direction. Luca let out a quiet breath. This is working. Eren's voice stayed flat. Keep going. They slipped across the courtyard, sticking to shadows. Eren's temperature rose the closer they got to the outer wall. Luca noticed. He reached for Eren's wrist, soft but steady. You're overheating, Luca whispered. I'm fine. You always say that when you're not. Eren paused for a split second, long enough to meet Luca's eyes. Then, I need to be ready. Luca opened his mouth to argue, but Alia cut him off. Less flirting, more fleeing. They reached the wall. Only 30 meters remained between them and the forest beyond. Freedom was close enough Luca could almost taste it. Then the air changed. The temperature dropped so sharply Luca shivered. A heavy pressure settled around them, suffocating and silent. Eren froze. He's here. A crack echoed behind them. Orion Graves stepped out from the trees like a ghost made of night. Tall, composed, dressed in black that drank in the moonlight. His gloved hand brushed the nearest tree trunk. The tree withered instantly. Leaves curled, branches sagged, bark rotted and collapsed to dust. Luca grabbed Eren's arm. Eren! Alia swore under her breath. We should run. We should absolutely run. Orion's voice cut through the night. Smooth, detached, dead cold. Leaving so soon? Eren shoved Luca behind him. Stay back. Luca trembled. Eren, don't. Eren stepped forward anyway, posture sharp as a blade. His voice was calm. Orion. Move. Not until you come with me. I won't. Orion tilted his head. Then I will take the healer instead. Luca inhaled sharply. Aaron's fire ripped out of him in response, flaring from his skin in violent gold. Touch him and I'll burn you down to bone. That won't save him, Orion said, almost bored. Alya pulled Luca close. We need to move. No, I can't leave him, Luca whispered. Aaron kept his eyes on Orion. Go. Luca shook his head. I'm not leaving you. Luca, run. Aaron murmured, still cold but softer than ever. Orion lifted one hand. The grass beneath him shriveled. You act brave, but you're already breaking, he said to Aaron. Aaron took another step forward. Try me. Flames roared up his arms, licking his shoulders, crackling off his hair. He looked like a star trying to contain itself. Luca felt panic grip his chest. Aaron, stop. You'll burn yourself apart. Luca cried. Alya whispered urgently. If he goes full fire state, he won't survive long. Luca pushed away from her. I know. I won't let him. Orion smiled faintly, cruelly. Then you'll die together. He flicked his fingers. A wave of deadened air rushed at them. Aaron stepped forward, ready to ignite every part of himself. Luca sprinted past Alya. Luca! She yelled. Stop! Aaron barked. But Luca reached him first, grabbing his hand with both of his and forcing Aaron to face him. Aaron's flames sputtered. Luca's voice shook. You do not get to die for me. Not tonight. Aaron's eyes widened just for a heartbeat. Luca's warmth hit him like sunlight on ice. Behind them, Orion prepared another strike. Alya read the moment, snapped her fingers, and cast a wall of illusions so bright and chaotic even Orion hesitated. Run! She shouted. And for the first time, Aaron listened. He grabbed Luca's waist, Alya grabbed Aaron's cloak, and they sprinted toward the shattered section of the wall Alya had prepared earlier. Orion burst through the illusions with a snarl, reaching out, but they were already over the wall, already crashing into the trees, already running into the dark. Orion's voice echoed behind them, cold enough to promise blood. Aaron Vale, I am not finished with you. Aaron didn't look back. He held Luca's hand like it was the only real thing left. They ran. They didn't stop. Not until the academy lights disappeared behind the treeline. Branches whipped past their faces as they ran through the forest. Aaron carried Luca by the wrist. Alya kept pace behind them, illusions flickering every few seconds to hide their tracks. Their breaths fogged the cold night. But Orion didn't chase like a man running. He stalked like death itself. The air grew heavy first. Then it grew cold enough Luca felt it in his bones. Alya cursed under her breath. He's close. Aaron pushed Luca behind a fallen log. Stay down. Luca's voice shook. Aaron! Quiet! A branch snapped. The forest dimmed. Orion stepped into the clearing like a shadow wearing skin. Running is pointless, he said softly. Alya flicked her fingers, sending another illusion. One of Aaron's sprinting to the right. Orion didn't even turn. The illusion dissolved as if swallowed by nothing. Luca gasped. He canceled it. My ability doesn't touch him. He's reading every trick. Alya whispered. Aaron stepped forward, fire simmering under his skin, cold fury sharpening his voice. Your fight is with me. Orion tilted his head. You say that as if I need your permission. He blurred. Luca barely saw the movement, only felt the icy sweep of air as Orion appeared right in front of him. Gloved fingers lifted. Alya shouted, Luca, move! But Luca froze, stunned by the sudden closeness of a power that felt like dying. Orion's finger grazed Luca's cheek. Just a brush. Luca's knees buckled. His heartbeat stuttered so hard he couldn't breathe. Aaron's scream tore through the clearing. Luca! He moved in a flash, hotter, faster, angrier than ever before. Flames exploded from his body in waves. The ground beneath him cracked. Orion stepped back, unfazed. He lives. Barely. If I willed it, he wouldn't. Alya caught Luca before he collapsed fully, panic all over her face. Luca, stay awake. Come on. Stay with me. Luca tried. His voice came out faint. Eren. Eren snapped. Fire erupted from him like a star shattering. His chest glowed white-hot. His skin split in glowing cracks that pulsed with unstable heat. Alya screamed. Eren, stop. Your body can't handle that. Eren didn't hear her. Orion watched with interest. I wondered how long before you tried your highest state. You'll tear yourself apart in minutes. That's enough time to kill you, Eren growled. He stepped forward. Every step burned the ground. Luca reached toward him weakly. Eren, no, please. Eren didn't look back. Luca forced himself to stand, swaying violently. Eren, look at me. Eren didn't. He launched himself at Orion, fire exploding from his fists. Orion dodged effortlessly, letting Eren's own flames scorch his arms and chest. Reckless, Orion murmured. Eren struck again. Faster, harder. Flames turned white at the edges. His body trembled violently. He was burning himself alive. Luca broke free from Alya's grasp. Luca, stop. You can't touch him in that state, she shouted. But Luca didn't care. He stumbled toward Eren, heart pounding erratically. Eren! Luca cried again, louder. Eren hesitated barely a second, but it was enough. Orion's hand shot out toward his chest. Eren! Luca screamed. He lunged forward, grabbing Eren's arm and yanking him back. Orion's fingers missed Eren's heart by inches. The moment Luca touched Eren's burning skin, he should have died instantly. But he didn't, because Eren turned toward him in shock, and Luca cupped his face with trembling hands and kissed him. The world went silent. Heat didn't burn him. Life didn't leave him. Something inside both of them snapped, then fused. Luca's healing ability, soft and draining, surged like a river breaking a dam. Eren's fire, violent and destructive, curled around Luca like sunlight around leaves. Their abilities intertwined. Eren gasped as the cracks in his skin sealed. Luca gasped as the pain in his chest vanished instead of worsening. Alya stared, eyes wide. No way, that's... Orion stepped back, expression sharpening for the first time. Star pair synergy. Light erupted from Eren and Luca, swirling together like twin comets, wrapping around their bodies in burning gold and soft blue. Eren's flames no longer tore him apart. Luca's healing no longer drained his lifespan. Instead, it poured into Eren infinitely, stabilizing him. Eren stood taller. Luca leaned against him but no longer looked fragile. They faced Orion together. Eren's voice was cold steel. Touch him again, and I'll reduce you to nothing. Luca's voice was gentle but clear. We're done running. Orion's eyes narrowed. Interesting. He lunged. They answered. Eren's fire struck with impossible precision, fueled by Luca's steady healing. Luca kept his hands on Eren's back, feeding strength into him, their energy spiraling in perfect sync. Orion blocked the blows, but for the first time he staggered. He stepped back. Orion lowered his hand slowly. This changes nothing. It changes everything, Luca said, voice soft but firm. Alya threw an illusion behind them, creating a false explosion. Go! She yelled. Eren grabbed Luca, Luca grabbed Alya, and they vanished into the smoke. Orion didn't follow this time. He stood in the clearing, watching the burned ground cool. Star pair synergy rare indeed, he murmured. Then he smiled. A slow, dangerous smile. Branches snapped under their feet as they fled deeper into the forest. The night carried a sharp chill, and the distant glow of Aurelia Academy burned behind them like a dying star. Eren stumbled against a tree, breath uneven, face pale beneath the soot and blood. Eren, slow down, you're burning out, Luca said, slipping under his arm to support him. I'm fine, Eren muttered. He wasn't. Luca felt the heat radiating off him. Too hot. Unstable even after the synergy had faded. Alya jogged ahead, eyes glowing faint blue as she sent waves of illusions behind them. I'm blocking the sensors again, but it won't hold long. Division X is still close. Orion must be furious. Luca winced. Can we not talk about him? Alia huffed. Trust me, I'd rather not. But he's not giving up. Luca turned to Eren. Sunshine smiled determined. You shouldn't have tried to die for me. Alia groaned. If you two start flirting again, I swear I'll. But she never finished. The world went silent. Not quiet. Silent. Every sound vanished. The wind froze mid-breath. Even the forest seemed to bow. Luca swallowed. Alia? Not me, she whispered. Eren lifted his head sharply, eyes narrowing. He sensed it too. A suppression. Pressure. A calm, suffocating presence that swallowed energy and swallowed sound. Someone stepped into their path. A young man, 25 at most, wearing a black long coat dusted with snow. His hair was silver white, and his eyes were a muted gray, calm and unreadable. He walked like someone who had never rushed a day in his life. Luca whispered, Who? The man raised a hand lightly. Relax. If I meant harm, you'd already be on the ground. Alia stepped between him and Eren instantly. Name. Now. He actually smiled at her boldness. Selim Rhine, the leader of Code 0-inch. Eren froze. Luca blinked. Alia's eyes widened. Eren's voice was low. Leader of Code 0. They talked about you. Selim nodded as if they were discussing the weather. Correct. Must have said that we are some pests. Alia took a small step back, tension coiling. Why are you here? Because you are being hunted, because my men intercepted the signals Division X sent out. Selim said simply. Luca frowned. You intercepted their signals? Easily. Their communication security is embarrassing. Selim replied. Alia muttered. I like him already. Eren wasn't impressed. His flames shifted under his skin. What do you want? Selim's eyes flicked briefly to Luca, then back to Eren. To help you. Eren didn't move. Luca whispered. Eren. He feels okay. Somehow. Selim lifted a hand casually, too casually for what followed. Behind them, a roar shook the ground. A blast of destructive, suffocating energy approached. Orion's death force wave. Selim didn't even look back. He snapped his fingers. The explosion vanished. Not blocked, not redirected. Vanished, like it had never existed. Alia's jaw dropped. Nullity, he erased it. He erased Orion's ability. Selim spoke as if giving a lecture. Nullity can silence any ability. Flames, illusions, healing, death. Makes no difference. Eren's expression darkened. Why help us? The synergy, star-pair synergy. A phenomenon thought to be extinct. You two broke the limits of your abilities and you survived doing it. That alone makes you dangerous. Eren stepped slightly in front of Luca. He doesn't belong in a war. Selim raised a brow. He risked his life for you 24 times. I think he already chose his war. Luca flushed. I mean, he's not wrong. Alia elbowed him. Don't encourage the mysterious man. Selim continued, tone calm. I offer you shelter, training, protection, and a chance to bring Division X to its knees. Luca stared with wide eyes. You want us to join Code 0? I want you to survive. Division X won't stop. Orion least of all. Selim answered. Eren's hand tightened around Luca's. Selim extended a gloved hand. Come with me. Step into the shadows before the light burns you alive. Alia exhaled slowly. This is our only chance. Luca nodded, heart pounding. Eren? Eren didn't look at Alia. Didn't look at Selim. He looked only at Luca. At Luca's worried eyes, his soft smile, his trembling hands wrapped in Eren's fire-warmed fingers. Eren spoke quietly. If we join them, you stay safe? Selim answered without hesitation. As safe as my own life. Luca squeezed Eren's hand. Then, let's go together. Eren's cold eyes softened just slightly. He stepped forward, still holding Luca's hand. Alia followed with a soft sigh. Fine. But if your group is weird, I'm leaving. Selim smiled faintly. We are definitely weird. And with that, the shadows around them trembled, bending under Selim's power as he guided them deeper into the forest, toward a new war, toward a new beginning, toward Code Zero.